Hey there, Katrina Murray here, and I just wanted to create this little video for you on abundance and creating abundance in your life. And so I thought the best way to really do that was just share with you a little bit about my journey and how I guess I started off viewing abundance and how I've grown, and my view on it has changed over time. When I very first was introduced to the idea that my thoughts could become things and that I could change my life and I could live a more abundant and prosperous life, it was a lot for me to wrap my head around. I was a single parent, I was on a sole parent's benefit, I was working hard, I was working lots of long hours. I knew that I wanted to find a better way, but I very much had a poverty mindset. I thought that life was hard, that things were a struggle, that it was hard to make lots of money, and that life was really difficult, and that was my belief and that was my reality. And so coming to terms with that, I think in the beginning the biggest that I could think was really literally paying for some extra sports for my children. I could afford to take them and pay for their rugby games. I could afford some new shoes when they needed it. We could have a weekend away, just going camping, and afford little things like that. And those were my goals initially when I first started out. I couldn't think much bigger than that because it was so much to wrap my head around. Over time though, and really giving myself permission to dream big, giving myself permission to fail and then bounce back again, dust my knees off and sometimes bandage up the bleeding wounds, but really giving myself permission to think much bigger. And over time my goals and my aspirations and my life began to change in amazing ways. I remember clearly many years ago that I wanted to own my own home. I'd been part of the renting cycle for a while. I'd owned my own home in New Zealand but lost that through circumstances beyond my control. And so when I came to Australia, one of the goals that I had for myself once I started to dream again was to own my own home. One day I got a little flyer in the mailbox and it was a plan of a house, and I thought, if ever I build a home, that's exactly what I want. And it was dated 1996. And I kept it for many, many years. And then I met my husband, we married, and we were planning to have more children. And he said, should we buy a house or should we build a house? And I said, I'd like to build a house, and I've got just the plan. So I got out that plan. It had been in my drawers for all those years. At 96, oh gosh, at least 5.5 years it had just sat in my drawer. I'd completely forgotten until that moment when I remembered that I had it there. The house that I'm now living in, this room that I'm sitting in, this office that I'm in, is part of that dream of building this house that I'd kept for so long. Since then, I've gone on to grow my dreams and think more about what sort of holidays we could go on, other lifestyle changes. And it's been about consistently giving myself permission to dream. So, write that down, permission to dream, and dreaming bigger than you think is possible at the time. Writing down those goals as if they're in the present tense. So today I'm so grateful that, and writing out your ideal, your perfect day. It's not about faking it till you make it. I don't believe in that, because I think when you think the thought of faking it till you make it, it's setting up something that's untrue inside of yourself. But if you could take yourself back to your childhood and what it used to be like when you daydream out the window, or imagine yourself being a famous horse rider or a scientist or an astronaut, those wild childhood dreams where you'd let your mind just roam free and create all sorts of possibilities for yourself. That's what we're talking about, your imagination, dreaming big, dreaming free, allowing yourself to go on that mind movie, and then revisiting it through affirmations and visualization to keep it constantly in your mind. That's something that I do really often, is visualization. And I literally create mind movies of the things that I want to create, so that any given moment, if I've got 5 minutes or just, you know, a couple of minutes, I can sit and recreate that picture of the thing that I want to create in my life. I've created miracles. I hope that you've really gotten a lot of value out of this video. I'd love to have your comments and feedback, and hope that you're having a wonderful day. Look forward to connecting with you next time. Bye for now.